Good morning. Oh, sorry. Good morning. Woohoo! We're still here. So great. Come, let's move and let's connect today. Great. Come. So stand in the middle of your mat. I'm back into the middle one again. I go through these phases. So standing in the middle of your mat and have your feet hip distance apart and just roll your shoulders. And as you roll your shoulders, just feel this morning in your shoulders. Just get a sense of your chest, your spine. And for me, it's always this, a few times in, suddenly I notice how my spine is able to help my shoulders move. So I'm starting to move my chest and my lower back to help my shoulders move. So I'm really exaggerating the curling and pulling, and I'm traveling in space. And then try the other direction. Rounding. Really feel, stop being so tidy with your movement, really be kind of messy, is that a word? Kind of more connected, maybe. More movie with your movement. Nice. Bring your hands to your hips and roll out into your hips. As you roll, how does that feel in your hips this morning? And it's always really important if there's speed bumps. So if you feel there's a place that twangs, then like a car, slow down. And then in the other direction. Just feeling that. Hearing that. Nice. And then roll down. So knees are soft. Just begin to roll down along your spine. Hearing your spine, feeling the rolling, bending your knees enough that you can really soften into the spine, the buttocks, and then slowly rolling up. When your hands are near your thighs, reach your arms up, reaching up, looking up, and then rolling down. Just listening, hearing your spine, cultivating a sense of connection to your wellness. So as always in all my yoga, only do what feels like wellness for you. Reaching up, looking up, and looking down. And we should all look really different. If we were all in the same classroom together, it would be awesome. But if we were all in the same classroom together, we would have all different kinds of shapes and forms, and there'd be all kinds of things going on because we're all so different. Lower your arms down and just let them hang, and then just shake your arms out. And so just, relish in your difference and listen to your wellness. Nice. So stand all the way to the front of your mat now. And then reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, rolling down through your spine. So bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands rest on the floor and tuck your chin in, draw your forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins, stretch through your arms and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your right foot back into a lunge. Really lean into your lunge there, feeling it. Drop your right knee to the floor. Pull your left elbow back into bow and arrow as such, or lawnmower. And then bring your fingertips of the right hand to the floor and slowly rise up. Be kind of fierce with your arrow. And then slowly point your arrow upwards. And as you point upwards, your left elbow has to pull back as you point upwards. Nice. And then come all the way down. Bring your right hand to the floor. Bring your left hand to your knee and twist your chest towards the left. Nice. Draw your shoulder down till it comes to your knee, and then twist towards the left again. And really feel the deepening twist as we do this. One more time. Draw your shoulder down to your knee, twisting towards the left. Bring your fingers to the front of the left shoulder and dial in your twist, and then extend your left hand up towards the ceiling. Nice. Stay here or straighten your back leg. So straightening your back leg means that you bring the strength of this pose up, but always deciding what's right for you. Staying in resource and wellness. Letting things grow. Nice. Drop your knee to the floor. Bring your hand to the outside of your foot. Bring both knees towards each other. Shoulder shrug. Squeeze your shoulders backwards. Push your shoulders forwards. Backwards. Forwards. Backwards. Forwards. Now bending your elbows. And as always, only bend your elbows as much as you feel comfortable. If you feel you're struggling to come back up from where you were, then you've gone too far. So it's Really tracking and beginning to understand your limits in a really healthy, wholesome way. It's like, what is the shape of my wellness? What kind of awesome flower am I? What shape does this make as I move? Nice, one more time. Nice. Stretch your right arm out long forward in front of you. Bring the baby finger side of your hand to the floor. Lean down like your armpit's going to come to the floor. And then rise up. And then lean down like your armpit's going to come to the floor. Rise up. One more time. Lean down. And change. Bring your left hand forward. Baby finger side of the hand to the floor. Lean into it. Coming back up. And so all of us have two different shoulders. Sounds obvious, but we do. And so each one will move differently. One of your hands can brush your teeth. The other one has no idea. Come back up to center. Push back into your downward dog. So really valuing and respecting that even now, one shoulder will be able to do something and the other one won't. Have a bit of a wiggle. Bending one knee, bending the other. And it's the cultivation of the relationship to the differences in us. Day to day, moment to moment, shoulder to shoulder. That is the beauty of this practice. And drop your knees to the floor. Step your right foot forward. So right foot is forward. Bring your fingers to the front of your right shoulder. Nice. And then walk your right foot a little bit out and walk your left hand a little bit to the left. So there's a space between the two. And then draw a circle with your right elbow into this space. So travel as far pointing forward and maybe try and draw your elbow back towards the knee. And I feel, how do I draw the biggest circle into this space here? And then circle in the other direction. Circling. Circling. Circling, nice. Bring both hands to the floor. From here, actually walk your right foot till it's between your two hands. And then step forward. Nice. Hands to the floor and then slowly rolling up. Reach your arms wide, bring your palms together, reaching up, looking up. Bending your elbows, bending your knees, come all the way down. Hands to the floor, forehead to your knees. Hands to your shins. Lift your chest and look forward. Hands to the floor, step your left foot back. Drop your left knee to the floor. Pull your right elbow back like a bow and arrow, or where it's pulled back, your hand is in a fist. Come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Rise into your bow and arrow. And then point it upwards. Hear your body. Express your wellness. And then bring your hand all the way down to the floor. Bring your right hand to your right knee. Twist your chest towards the right. Draw your shoulder down to your knee. Twist. Shoulder down to your knee. Twist. And then bring your fingers to the front of your shoulder. Pull your elbow back and extend your arm up towards the ceiling. Stay here or stretch your back leg. Deepening, connecting, listening. Nice. Drop your back knee to the floor. Bring your hand to the outside of your foot. Bring both knees towards each other. Shoulder shrug. Squeeze your shoulders backwards. And push your shoulders forwards. Squeeze them backwards. Push them forwards. Backwards. Forwards. So if this feels like a strong enough practice for you, stay there. Or walk your hands like 1 inch further from where they are. Just kind of like let them scooch forward. And then lift your knees off the floor and come into your plank pose. Plank pose, your body is in one long line. You're pulling your belly backwards. You're rounding your shoulders. Stay in an active cat pose if you know plank is not for you. Nice. Drop your knees to the floor. Sit your bum back towards your heels. Stretching out through your arms. Rock forward in wellness. Bring your hips a little bit forward. So we're not stretching our hips. We're finding the place of connection as we move forward. Sit your bum back. Find your place of connection. Sit your bum back. Find your place of connection. It's very different than the stretch. It's where you go, I can feel my belly and my hips and my bum and my pelvis and the spine, and I feel well. One more time. Sit your bum back. And bring your hips forward. Nice. Push back into your downward dog. Have a bit of a wiggle. Nice. And then walk your feet halfway forward until the middle of your mat. Bring both hands over towards the right side of your feet. Either you're up on your fingertips or your hands are flat. And then what might it be like to bend your knees a little bit here and then straighten your legs? Like, where do your knees go? For me, one of my knees goes between my two arms. The other one goes to the outside of my arms. Just notice, how do you do that? And then the other side, both hands to the left. And then bend your knees. What would you do? How do you do this? It's not how do I do this, but how do you work this out? How does your body learn how to bend your knees and do this? Nice. Come back to center. Slowly rolling up. Come all the way up to stand. So all of you know I love practical applications for why would we do this stuff? So the next ones are the scenario is you're in the supermarket and your arms are full. So your left arm is full of that one thing that you wanted to go into the shop with. So now you have like 50 things in your arm and you should have gotten a basket and you didn't. And you're standing there and suddenly the butter slides off and drops on the floor and you're like, how do I do this? So you have to keep the sense of the left arm still and your torso upright, but you have to pick up the thing on the floor. So automatically I start to twist my torso towards the left, stick my bum out, and then reach with my right hand down. So how would you do that? Whatever version of this you're doing, okay? So down and then come back up. You can grab an object, a child, whatever you like, and then do it again. Try and keep your left arm still. You're holding onto the stuff towards your chest and you're picking that butter up from the floor. And then coming back. One more time. Really kind of stabilize. I'm looking at the objects because I'm watching them. Because if I drop my head down, chances are I'll lose them. And coming back up. Okay, other side. Right side. Into another supermarket. Did the same thing again. My parmesan fell. So slowly, I twist my torso, I stabilize the right, and then I lean with the left hand, and I watch my objects. I would have lost everything there. They would have all slid. I was a very slidey bunch. And then do it again. And one last time. How would you look, watch, hold, and pick up? And coming all the way back up. Nice. So hold on to something in front of you, like a cake or something, and then slowly place the cake down on the floor, but you watch your cake the whole time, and you bend your knees and you're looking forward, and then you place your cake down on the floor. And now you're going to pick this cake up and slowly rise. You're watching your cake the whole time. Nice. And again, have a cake, slowly place it down on the floor. Like, what do you do? How do you do this? How do you place it down? Oh, that last bit is a bit tricky. And then pick it up and lift it up. Rising up. Nice. Bring your hands to your knees. Bring your right hand down to the floor, rounding as you go. That's a different kind of rounding. And then come to stand up. So that's where you're just like, oh, something's fallen on the floor. Bring your left hand to your knee. Touch the floor with your right. Come back up. Right hand to your knee. Touch the floor with the left. And come back up. Really listening. You know, for me, it's really obvious that one side of my body does this a lot and the other side never does it. I mean, my left side never picks anything up. Whereas my right side does it a lot. So I'm going to do a bit of a swing. So bring your left hand to your left knee. Swing your right foot back. Touch the floor with your right hand. You can have your toe on the floor if you need to, but your foot is back, your hand is forward. And then come back up. Left foot goes back, left hand comes down. And back up. One more time each side. Right hand down and back. No, right hand forward. Right foot back. And come back up. Last one. Left foot back, left hand forward. And come all the way up. Nice. Oh, that supermarket journey was really busy. Come down, sit on the floor. Stretch your legs out long in front of you. Nice. So we're just going to look, we're going to be practicing this over the next few days, just looking at what we would do. So somebody hands you something and you're holding it in your right hand and you go, wow, that's amazing. Then you realize you have to put it somewhere and you're on the floor. So you're like, oh, what am I going to do? So bend both knees. And then first off, imagine that you're going to try and stand up to the right. And there's really not much possibilities there. Notice, like, how would you stand up here? Like, there's really, unless you can do this without your hands, there's no way you can do this to the right. And then come to the other side. So over towards the left, suddenly my left hand goes, I can do this, I can do this. So push your left hand into the floor and just get to your knees without your right hand. If you're an older lady, then be careful with this one, okay, right? So just bring your knees to the floor and then maybe come up halfway. Your right hand is still in the air. Nice, bring your hand to the floor, bring your bum to the floor, and come back up to center. We'll do that again. Left hand comes down, come up onto your knees. How would you do that? And then rise up. And then hand to the floor, left hand down, bum to the floor, and both feet wide. Nice, you're sitting there with your picnic, all is well, and somebody hands you something else to your left hand, and you go, thank you so much. So if I go over to the left side, this side time, I'm like, I can't get up here. I'm going to go over to the right, and my right hand, my right side of my body gives me this amazing flush of, I can do it. So right hand to the floor. How would you get up onto your knees without bringing your left hand to the floor? What's your way? Not my way, what's your way? Hand to the floor, bring your bum down. Sit. We'll do it one more time. Over towards the right, hand to the floor. The further back your hand is, the easier this is sometimes. And then down. Nice. Stretch both legs long, throw the thing away, and draw a circle with your shoulders. Make circles. And then in the other direction. Nice. Make fists out of your hands, roll your wrists. And then in the other direction. Nice. So bring the soles of your feet together and your knees apart. Your feet are maybe a foot in front of your pubic bone. Hold on to your ankles and sit up tall. Just feel the length of you, the stretch of you. Shoulders are away from your ears, your spine is lifting. A sense of breath down into your belly. And just find your sense of wellness, your sense of resource. So right now, as you listen into your body, where are you well in your body? And so wellness is often very mundane. It's not very obvious sometimes because it's just the places that feel normal. So cherish your normal. So just find that right hand is doing just what a right hand does. Your left ear is just being a left ear. Just notice your wellness and deepen your breath into your belly. How would you really slow things down, settle into the spine, feel the weight of your bum on the floor. Nice. And then draw both hands forward in front of you and then pull your right elbow back like a bow and arrow and bring your right fingers to the floor behind you. Bring your left hand to your right knee and twist towards the right. The breath is deep in your belly and you have that same sense of poise, of length, and that sense of your belly is breathing. And there is a sense of wellness in how you're perceiving your body. I was thinking yesterday, there's always wellness and there's always beauty, and our job is to notice it. How deeply are you actually seeking wellness and beauty in your everyday life? Everything we see, there is beauty in it, and we just have to notice it. It's quite amazing. Nice. Bring both hands forward And then draw your left elbow back. Bring your left hand behind you, twisting towards the left and have your right hand on your left knee. And again, that same length, grace, poise. The breath is deep in your belly. And you're feeling your sense of wellness in this moment. Nice. And then come back to center. Just drop your head forward towards your feet. Just breathing into your belly for a moment. Nice. And then come either to rest on your back with your knees bent. Come rest on your back with your legs straight. Or my favorite, come into a child's pose. And resting down. Just find how you settle. How you breathe into your belly. Noticing your feet, your knees, your hips, your lower back, your belly, your spine, your shoulders, your elbows, your hands, your neck, your head. Whole body softening, whole body connected. Wellness. Really slowing things down, feeling and cultivating your resource, your inner sense of okayness. Nice. How cool. So if you've done this evening, then you can stay there or just lie on your back. If you're with me this morning, then you're going to, be awesome during your day. Great, guys. How amazing. Find your wellness. It's an amazing practice, really cultivating an inner sense of resource. I love it. So I'll see you tomorrow, day 23. How amazing. Amazing, guys. We're doing great. So great. I'll see you then.